There are other problems that occur in terms of analyzing the evidence for the Apocrypha. And one of them is something that I call trivializing. And it happens a lot, frankly, it happens in essentially every book on the canon, where people quickly dismiss the fact that Susanna was clearly part of Daniel to the ancient fathers, and that therefore their references to Daniel include Susanna. And people, like I said, they just put it in a footnote, they mention it once and then they move on. They do something to sort of trivialize this fact. But in the case for Christianity, understand that if you try to use a canon list to prove that Matthew or Mark or Luke or John are authentic apostolic teaching or authentic apostolic documents, you are using a list that also says Susanna was. And I know people, the word on the list says Daniel. I do understand that. But also, if you ask people in London, England, what their favorite sport is, they will say football. And they don't mean American football. The meaning of the term is what controls. The word on the page is merely to convey the meaning. And the meaning of the Father absolutely included Susanna. And that, like I said, is generally acknowledged. People generally kind of know it. I'm not aware of any scholars who really dispute it, but they dismiss it. They trivialize it. They push it off to the side. And if you forget that, you could be in for a rude awakening. I show a notable example of that in my book. You have to be mindful that the actual evidence clearly shows Susanna as much as it shows Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.